for joining us. Can you just tell us what the main aim of this dialogue was?
Well, the main aim of the dialogue basically was to get women who are in the arts. These are women women that make beads, to women that make that are involved in cultural groups where there's cultural dance groups, as well as women in, for instance, fashion as well. And we had some women, presenting their artworks there, their various artworks. And when we spoke to them, there was a lot of expectations. Many of the women were expecting that the minister would say something which would in turn help them to find ways of, growing their artworks into something that would have commercial value, which would enable them to earn a living out of that. And when we spoke to the minister, he actually said that that's the exact intention of the Department of Arts and Culture. That is to help women in the arts by upskilling them, as well as to, something that will ultimately enable them to have their artworks, going commercial. But he was very, specific to say that the artworks should never ever lose their artistry. Basically, that as much as art is art, it shouldn't necessarily be something that is commercial. However, there's nothing wrong with commercializing it, but in that process of commercializing art, it shouldn't lose, its sense of being an artwork.
And Palesa, we know that the department already has some work with regards to what you're just saying now, but was an update really given by the minister regarding that implementation of what is now called the Mzansi Golden Economy Strategy, whose focus really is for the economic beneficiation of the creative sector? Well,
he didn't directly refer to the ins and outs of that strategy. However, he was referring to, the upskilling of these artists, if we can call them, which would eventually turn into them being able to produce artworks which are economically viable.
And the women themselves, what was their reaction to the minister's statements? Did you get a sense that there is some progress, some headway being made in this regard?
Not necessarily a sense of progress that has been made, but more like, a hunger for something more tangible. The minister mentioned the issue of the Living Legends, a launch that would happen during the month of August, where legends in the art industries, these are now people that are basically over the age of 70, and they would now engage with the up-and-coming artists, the youngsters, and pass on their knowledge to them.
All right, thank you so much. That was our reporter there, Palesa Moeti, joining us from Vredefort in the Free State.